Hi everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video where we're going to be having a look at Dark Dimension 5 and Dark Dimension 5 upgrades. So Dark Dimension 5 opened its gates a couple of days ago, and the first few players are starting to go through the node. So it's really exciting to see people starting to take it on, see how they go, see what characters they're using, and kind of how it's unfolding. It's also been really exciting to finally see the nodes, to see what we're going to be dealing with, and to help us maybe decide what characters we're going to be taking in. So for those of you that have seen my previous video, I did a video before we'd seen the nodes about a couple of ideas of who we might start thinking about as an option, who would be useful elsewhere, and who would kind of be a really great character in general. So what I've done is I've got my November version here. So this is the node release version. So this is after we have seen the nodes, and we've kind of made a few changes based on what we've seen other people do, where we've seen some people have managed to one-shot a node with a certain team compared to somebody who hasn't with a different team, and kind of having a look at all of those taking into account. So we've made a few changes. Cersei and Icarus were also released, so we've had a look at adding in new characters as well. So we're calling this one Smart Upgrades because this guide is definitely looking at using characters that you're going to be using elsewhere and kind of maximizing potential. We have put on the number of mini uniques that you're going to be needing for each one. We've done a kind of a little sun star behind it for who I think and who kind of my team think is a meta upgrade, so who we think, you know, will be worthwhile, will help you get through the nodes without it being too painful. And then we've also kind of given their uses elsewhere, basically like the guide before. So if we scroll down and have a look at City, so you can see here we've kept this pretty similar to what it was before, but we have put kind of Cloak and Dagger as your kind of essential meta characters to make it a smooth sailing. Shang-Chi, we've also put him as meta. I'm now using him in Doom raids, and oh my goodness, he makes all the difference. So it looks like most people are using kind of Cloak and Dagger and then a mixture of symbiotes and heroes for hire. We did think about taking some of the heroes for hire off, but I know a lot of people have heroes for hire really high because of Raw, and they might want to invest in them more than, say, symbiotes. And also symbiotes are all bio, so if you just did Cloak and Dagger, you'd be looking at 3 bio for symbiotes, so it kind of gives you a bit of a kind of mixture. It does look like Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be pretty key as well though, because of his kit. So this is kind of what you have here. Personally myself, I'm looking at probably doing Cloak and Dagger, Shang-Chi, and then Symbiote Spider-Man and Anti-Venom are probably going to be my 5 for City. So that's kind of where I'm thinking there, and as you can see we have put their uses elsewhere. Other things to note as well, so Cloak and Dagger look to be the MVPs from what we have seen so far, and then a hybrid of symbiotes and heroes for hire seem to be sensible getting through the node. So that's kind of what why we've picked those characters. If we then come to have a look at Global, now Global I'm a little bit stuck with, but we'll have a look here. So cheap options, obviously you've got Sabretooth. A lot of people did him for Dark Dimension 4 and maybe even 3 is a cheap option. Obviously with his rework, he is pretty good. I have got 6 reds on Sabretooth, so I'm tempted to do him. Same with Black Widow, a lot of people have already used it. I know she doesn't have much use, so she might not be Gear 16 worthy in your eyes, but she is pretty cheap. You've then got your Secret Avengers. I think Secret Avengers are going to be an absolute must. Having Maria Hill's cleanse and heal, looking at some of those nodes, you're going to really need that. Sharon Carter for control and damage, and then Cap Sam as your battery and your taunter. Didn't seem to look like there was any Kestrels, I think, at least on the first 2 nodes, so you'd be safe with Sinister for that initially. And then maybe later on you might not want Sinister, so kind of up to you. Doctor Doom, again, I'm really sat on the fence about whether I want to do Doctor Doom or not. I know I'm going to need him for Doom raids, so I'm a little bit unsure. And then you've also got Ghost and Emma, who are also MVPs of Dark Dimension 4, and then we have put in Lady Deathstrike as well. She is pretty reasonable, she's pretty cheap, and I've heard good things about people using her in tech in the Doom raids as well, so she could be a good use. So you've got your cheap options here, and then your slightly more expensive options down there, and then we've just added for the notes here, Doom requires tech and skill, so he's across 2 traits. Secret Avengers, specifically Cap Sam, seems to be a must. I know some people don't always use Maria, so that's entirely up to you. We then have a look at Cosmic. Now Cosmic is probably where we've made the biggest changes, and we have actually taken out most of the Infinity Ladies apart from Gamora. Now the reason why we've done this is because I'm not saying don't do them, they're terrible or anything like that, but what I am saying is that when I did Dark Dimension 2 with the Infinity Ladies and Kestrel, their sustain is pretty terrible. And if you do want to, I did film it all and put it on YouTube, so if you do want to watch it, obviously I appreciate they were gear 13, not gear 16, but they don't really have much sustain, and waiting for Moondragon's ult is long and takes a long time. They don't have any self-sustain, they are relying on that, and they're not really made for Dark Dimensions. They're kind of that one and done arena war team. So we decided, because there were so many options for Cosmic, we have taken most of the Infinity team out. However, they probably still would be a good option, but seeing as Cersei and Icarus are looking to be pretty insane, we felt like if we were adding those in, we should probably take those out. So Kestrel and Deathpool do have self-sustain, they heal themselves, and Cersei and Icarus also heal themselves as well. Silver Surfer also heals himself too. We've still put in Dad Bros in there as well because they can be a good combo, but again, they are getting a little bit old, so you might not want to use those. So that's where we are for Cosmic, just because otherwise we would have, a bit like City, we would have had too many options. And then obviously your notes here, you've got Kestrel requires 36 skill but only 18 tech. It's a bit weird. Icarus and Cersei have Dark Dimension buffs, so obviously they probably will be a must-have. Power Leap is real. New characters have the self-sustain. You know, it seems sad to say that Infinity Watch is potentially already on the way out, or some of them are already on the way out, but I definitely think a team of Kestrel, Deathpool, Cersei, Icarus and Silver Surfer would set you up nicely for getting through those nodes. So finally we have Legendary, and Legendary, not gonna lie, looks nasty, looks absolutely disgusting and nasty and not very nice at all. And I think it's going to be interesting. So nobody started, at the time of me filming this, nobody has started Legendary yet on the nodes, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes and to see how people do, and if they manage to one-shot any of them. And to be honest, I don't feel comfortable recommending any Legendary. I don't even know where to start. So obviously you've got Omega Red and Adam Warlock as your two most kind of recent, the newest Legendaries, and they're probably going to be pretty good. Omega Red does have that health still, so, and that extra damage and stuff, so he's probably going to be pretty good. I haven't got Omega Red myself, but I have heard really good things about him with and without his team. And Adam Warlock, obviously with his stuns and disrupts and things like that, he's probably going to help a lot as well. The problem that you're missing from Legendary when you look at the nodes is there's no cleanse. So in the Legendary nodes, you've got Scientist Supremes, you've got Death Pools, you've got hand sentries stealthing everybody, so you're gonna have to, like, you know, wait a turn. You've got Ghost, so let's say Scientist Supreme puts negative effects on you, Ghost extends them, you're gone, you're deleted. So they do look pretty nasty. Shuri and Maw might become important then because you're going to need a healer. I don't know, it doesn't look very pleasant, to be honest. I believe the final node, I think, has got 3 dooms as well, so that's not going to be very fun. So it's not going to be great, and I probably would imagine that by the time a lot of us get to Legendary, there will probably be a new Legendary that might be better, but we need a Legendary that cleanses. I mean, I think Invisible Woman cleanses, maybe. She could be a good option for sustain. Maybe she cleanses. And we also need a legendary that's like a battery tank. You know, we don't really have that either. So yeah, legendary is not going to be fun. If you go have a look at the nodes on msf.gg, legendary is not going to be fun. So we've kind of put these guys in. Shuri can be really good because of her defense up. I am using her in Doom Raids, she's really good. Doc Ock for his buff flip. Maybe if you get Scientist Supremes and his ults right, that might help. I don't know, you might want to bring Nick Fury if you have a high red star Nick Fury. His summons, they stun maybe. I don't know. Legendary is not going to be fun for anybody, I don't think. So we're going to have to wait and see. But obviously, luckily it is last, so hopefully it's not something everybody's worried about. I'm probably going to do these first 5 here. Is probably going to be my options. I'm not really 100% sure just yet. I'm hoping we might have a new legendary out by then, which I can use as well by the time I get there. So we shall see. So there you have it, everybody. There is my DD5 even updated guide. If you would like access to this guide, I will be posting it in all the Discord servers. In the main Discord server, the MSF one, I also have a section in the MSF infographics server, and then also in my server as well. I have all my infographics available down there as well. As always, a big thank you to my team, to my alliance, to Crystal Peak Productions as well for helping me produce this guide. If you do have any questions or suggestions or want to know anything, then do feel free to drop me a message on Discord. Sometimes I can take a while to reply just because I'm very busy, or leave a comment down below and I usually get back to everybody as well. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this updated guide and graphic helps you with making smart choices, and let the race to DD5 continue, and hopefully in the next couple of days we might have our winner, so that's going to be really exciting. So thank you very much everybody for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon.